Hello. So today's International Yoga Day, and I'm posting a video on what I call as the basic. You can call it the foundation pose in Nirbija Yoga, which is a method of 24/7 practice of yoga, which in several religious practices, in some of the religious practices has been called as Markaba, or my understanding of Nirbija Yoga's understanding of the practice is basically staying with the warmth in the body, and particularly staying with the warmth in the breath. Now, the warmth in the body is much like the physical evidence of the fire element, and the more you are cooking in the warmth of your body, particularly the warmth of your breath, any contaminations, any impurities, any emotional stuck energies which is not quite moving, and because of which you're not able to feel anything, your emotions are all stuck, you can't quite sense much. A lot of our physiological functions depends on the movement of blood, depends on the movement of energies, and warmth in the body is a direct evidence that there is movement happening. When there could be increased warmth, there could be decreased warmth. The idea is only to pay attention to the warmth. So I'll sort of demonstrate it. What I do is, what I'm doing here now is I'm bringing attention to my breath. So I'm noticing that my breath goes into my body and out, and I'm paying attention to the warmth in my breath. So as I'm bringing my attention to the warmth in my breath, as I'm breathing, I'm noticing that my breath is deepening. And as my breath is deepening, my body is relaxing. So any tensions that may already be there in my muscles are sort of like abating, going out. So I can relax further. And all I'm doing is paying attention to the warmth in my breath. And now I'm noticing that there's also warmth from here to the top of my head, from the back, so there's my nasopharynx, and then there's the oropharynx. So where together they come together, the back. And so there is also air going into my sinuses, like into my skull, through my sinuses. So it's not into my skull, but at least the bones of my skull, and that warms the air again. And warmth is not just limited to the skull. Blood moves through our arteries and veins. So when I'm bringing attention to the warmth, there is also the warmth that is already there in the circulatory system. So there is blood movement through my head. There's a blood-brain barrier, and so there is warmth, not just where blood moves or where the bones are, so where the air moves, but the whole body is alive because of the warmth. So all I'm doing is paying attention to the warmth in my body, and wheresoever there is warmth in my body begins to start moving and mobilizing. And where there is movement, there is life. So how do I notice there is movement? So there is heat increasing. In some parts of the body, heat is decreasing. And there's a certain rhythm. Just like the pulse, there is an expansion, contraction. All I'm doing is bringing attention to the warmth, and any movement. The tissues are all breathing. Only in an alive being, the tissues breathe. So paying attention to the warmth, just the warmth, it's like a lock and key. When I'm paying attention, when there is movement, there is release, and there is release of warmth and cooling. So that's a movement that says one versus the other: expansion, contraction, heat, warmth. Heat and coolness. So there's a range between hot and cold. So that tells you there is movement. So I'm bringing attention to the warmth, and wheresoever there is a rhythm, maybe because of the pulse, maybe because there's a breath expanding and contracting, wheresoever there is movement, the warmth, it's like a back process. The warmth brings about a movement wherever there is an expansion, contraction. So there is movement happening. And that movement, if it's not so healthy, maybe there's some toxins in there. Maybe there is something physiologically, something that is not moving. Maybe it's a digestive process which needed something, and drinking something warm or hot may not do it enough. Yeah, be sufficient enough to bring about a metabolic movement. So what I'm doing is bringing attention to the warmth in my breath. So wheresoever the breath is moving, there is a mobilization in the metabolism. And this I can do at any time. So my breath, the warmth is not just in my breath, but my whole body has warmth. So wheresoever, in howsoever manner, warmth plays a role in the metabolism of the body, related processes begin to start mobilizing. Now, I'm not making something happen. I'm not saying, okay, now heat go increased or now decreased. That's not possible. What I'm doing is just bringing attention to the warmth, howsoever it is, whether it's really hot, whether it's warm, whether it's cold, or whether it's just cool. That's a range in temperature. So all I'm doing is bringing attention to the temperature in my body, particularly to begin with the warmth, and then with practice, maybe I could bring my attention to the cooler or the colder parts of my body, and where your body is very intuitively connected. So when I'm bringing my attention to the cooler or colder parts, the blood which is already moving begins to have a certain dynamism, and that, brings about a certain movement in metabolism. In its own time, the body takes its own time, but this is a slow process, a sure, slow process by which to become healthy. This is what I call as Markaba, because all you're doing is you're sort of being in the warmth of your own body. And you're not inducing it. Even if you're inducing it, you're still staying in the presence of the warmth. So you're drinking a hot cup of tea or just a warm, a warm glass of water. It still goes down your esophagus. It still goes down your digestive tract and into your body. And you can feel where are all those places that the warmth goes. So just paying attention to the warmth, you begin to start noticing your body begins to respond to your awareness of the warmth in your body. So this is like a foundation pose in Nirbija Yoga, which is this involves dhyana. This also involves asana, because you are noticing your connection with earth, where your tissues are a physical representation of your bodily earth, while your feet is in connection with the earth on which you stand. Now your feet can be touching the floor or not. Nevertheless, asana is also how you're seated, how you're placed on earth. Yeah, your posture, yes, but it's more how are you seated? How's your place? How are you placed on earth? Yeah. So there are several facets to that. So dhyana is what are you bringing your attention to. Asana is how's your stance on earth. So the more and more your stance improves, your poise and your how your position in connection with people, in connection with earth, in connection with life begins to start improving, and that's yoga. And then pranayama is bringing your attention to the breath. There's movement, there's expansion and contraction. Prana is also an expansion contraction. So when you're bringing attention to your body, to the warmth and to the breath in this way, your body is relaxing. So you're coming to more and more asana in a more relaxed, comfortable way. And your physiology response becomes healthier. Namaste.